out this morning, a new AARP report is revealing the growing impact of aging workers on the U.S. economy. According to the Longevity Economy Outlook, Americans ages 50 and older contribute $12.5 trillion. That is up from $8.3 trillion in 2018. Now, the report calls on the government and corporations to put more focus on this aging population. And I'm pleased to say joining us now is Dr. Myechia Minter-Jordan. She is the CEO of AARP and is here to discuss this report for the very first time since it just dropped. Thank you for joining us on set.
Great to be here.
So I want to start with how older adults are contributing to the workforce, because I think a lot of times you hear, oh, we want new, we want younger, we want cheaper, right? But that number that we just talked about, I mean, 8 trillion essentially to 12 trillion.
Yes.
It's grown by 50%.
But can we just define older? Because in my mind, I am not old. It's my parent. You're talking about my parents' generation here, but you actually may be talking about me.
I am talking about 50 plus, and I want us to remember that aging is living. Yes. Aging is living. We do not want the alternative. So, this is a moment for us to be proud, to understand the incredible potential that is in front of all of us. We're just entering the second phase of life. So I'm excited about being in my 50s. I'm excited about this report and the fact that 50 plus in our country are contributing to our gross domestic product in a way that they've never done before. And primarily, to answer your question, this is through all of their contributions, whether or not, and this is a ripple effect. So this is everything that they spend, everything that they earn, everything that they are supporting. As an example, 70% of college tuition is paid by 50 plus led households in this country. There's over $1.2 trillion that's contributed by the 50 plus in unpaid care, and this includes volunteerism as well as family caregivers. So 50 plus are contributing in a myriad of ways, and what is important about this is that we're really saying that aging is redefining our economy. And as businesses think about the future of their work and their ability to deliver their impact, they have to think about the fact that we now have 5 generations in the workforce, and that the 50 plus are a significant part of that
workforce. So that is what's fascinating, because to the point that we were making earlier when Kelly introduced this segment, previous generations up until, like, let's say the 1970s, once they got to be 50, 55, they retired.
That's right.
Would not really be working. Now you've got people working until their 70s, until their 80s.
As long as they want, or as long as they have to. So we have, what this report also represents is that the backdrop is that there's an affordability crisis in America. And so we have people that normally might have retired earlier, but actually can't. And so they're working longer, they're saving longer, they're contributing to Social Security longer. So there's a different dynamic here that we are experiencing in terms of working, saving, and really living longer that we've not experienced before. We also have what's called a gap between health span and lifespan, which is about 12.4 years. We're living longer, but not necessarily healthier years, which is why most of the dollars that the 50 plus expend is on healthcare.
And how can businesses and governments better prioritize and meet the needs of aging workers? Because we also just had a conversation about artificial intelligence and how that is going to completely transform so many of these industries where these workers are playing.
Right, and so what we're also finding is that the experience that 50 plus represent is being valued in a way that it hasn't before. And so many of these entry-level jobs are being disintermediated by AI. And so you have younger workers who are really depending on the older workers to understand experience, and older workers are being asked to help direct how AI is used in the workplace. So this is a real opportunity for businesses. There are policies and things that we need to put into place. As an example, AARP has a family caregiver leave policy that recognizes that many of the 50 plus are caregivers. And if we want to continue to get the best out of our workers and our employees, we need to make sure that we have the right policies in place to support them.
All right. Well, Dr. Myechia Minter-Jordan, thank you so much for joining us on set. Really important topic.
Appreciate you.
Thanks so much.